We are back with step 2. You are going to notice on your directions that there's step 2 and step 3 say facing and collars. Since we are doing shirt B, we are doing step 2 and we get to skip step number 3. So for step 2A, we are going to stay stitch the neck edge by machine stitching 1/2 inch from the raw edge. To stay stitch, I'm going to turn my dial to a nice tight 2, and then I am going to line up my shirt at the 1/2 inch seam allowance.
Do you want to explain what a stay stitch is?
Oh, yes, a stay stitch is a nice tight stitch that goes along necklines, sometimes under sleeves, and that's going to keep the curve of the neck and anything that curves around the body nice and tight so it doesn't kind of torque out of proportion as we work with it. So I'm going to line up my machine with the 1/2 inch line. Remember, the edge of your presser foot is a 1/4 inch, and then each one of these lines is another 1/8 inch. So, and then I'm just going to stitch. Again, if you are hand stitching your shirt, you're just going to do this with a nice tiny little back stitch. This is a great time to put on some Netflix, zone out a little bit. Can I recommend the show Cheer if you haven't watched that? It's super intense, super fun. Keep you very interested in your sewing. And I'm going along the front and the back of my neckline. One thing I'm doing, I'm pausing at my seam allowance and making sure they sit flat so they don't get all bunched up. It's really important that your seam allowance sits flat for your shirt to look nice. And there we go, that's step 2A.